Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TNT Footy, where we come to talk about all things AFL. Tonight, I'm here with my duo of... No, I stuffed that up already. Duo of co-hosts. So to my, that side.
It's me, Egi.
And I'm Todd.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome everyone back to another week, another exciting week.
Turtle. It's always a great start here at TNT Footy.
We're 10 rounds in and I still haven't got it down pat.
No, he's still buggering every week up, isn't he?
Oh, I'm doing just as good as Carlton.
Yeah, flying along nicely at the moment, Carlton. Flying along nicely.
How are we tonight, boys?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Excellent.
With the Bulls jersey on.
Mate, wrong sport. Wrong sport.
No, I'm retired.
Eggy, you look a bit refreshed, mate. What have you been up to?
Been doing a lot of driving lately, actually. Just went to New South Wales. Went to Nan's 80th. That was good. Then we headed down to Narooma with just me and the girls.
Down to where?
Narooma. It's
I've never heard of it.
Down along the water, just north of Merimbula and Eden, and that was quite nice.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Did you go fishing or anything?
No fishing, because I didn't have my car, so I couldn't fit the rods in.
Unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky.
Throw them in the boot, you'd be right.
Throw the kids out, rods in.
but I do have a bone to pick with New South Wales, so we'll touch on that a bit soon.
That's the things you hated this week.
Yep, exactly.
Right. We'll go back to that anyway later on.
I love it. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I've done my likes and dislikes for the week. We'll soon find out.
I haven't either. I'll make them up on the spot every week anyway.
Oh, God. I like to be prepared, but, it doesn't always happen, as we know.
Never happens.
And what about you, Moisty? How's your week been?
Yeah, I didn't do much. I actually watched a bit of footy this weekend, which is a surprise.
So much for quitting.
Yeah, I was going to be on strike this weekend for a few reasons, but then I got some good news on Sunday and threw a couple of games in.
Love it. And you're back in love?
Yeah, well, the good news was Clarko getting off. Clarko and Bagan. Well, not getting off, but they've stopped. It's off. Not
it's confirmed.
Free, but they don't have proof to prosecute them. So Hawthorne's backtracking now. The president's quit today.
I heard that.
Mitchell won't be far off. I don't believe after what he said.
It's definitely it's going to be interesting. I know we said we weren't going to talk about any off-field stuff, but
that's pretty big.
That's massive.
So much has happened this week.
Coach are doing something there, and they've pretty much buggered North's season. Not that it was, but this was more preparation season for Clarko to get to know the players, build the club up. He can't do that now. Who knows when he's going to be back? North's out $7 million worth of contract if Clarko doesn't show up, and they can't exactly go get another coach now.
They can't afford to.
Well, they have a coach already. Even if they stop paying Clarko, he might come back in 4 weeks.
Well, that's true.
So they can't go headhunt another coach, even if they had money. Because then if Clarko comes back, they can't have two head coaches.
You're right. You're bang on.
Yeah, they're putting off in a bit of strife for them. I think they're going to cop excessive fines as well as draft picks, I think the AFL's talking about.
I think this is going to damage Hawthorn for the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, yeah, it should easy. And it should.
And maybe longer, because we all know, me being a Carlton supporter, the salary cap breach, missing out on draft picks over those years, especially with Tasmania coming into it. It's not a great time.
Yeah, no, and they really don't have any currency to get any of those early picks off Tasmania either, apart from maybe Lewis. Lewis might pull some pull, but they're not going to get rid of their good players to try and get draft picks. So.
Not at all. Not at all.
But I think they're in a lot of trouble, and I believe North should press for some compensation too.
And they might.
That's my belief, yeah.
The AFL are trying to put this to bed as best as possible. It's just going to be a bit of a watch and see over the coming weeks.
Yeah, see, they're trying to mellow it down, but I don't think. Do you really think Clarko and Fagan are just going to sit back and say, "Oh, you've run us through the ringer. We're not going to go forward with anything"? I'm pretty sure they've already contacted lawyers, and I'm pretty sure the process has begun already.
Well, it's also their reputation.
Exactly right.
So it's it's massive news.
Yeah, it's that's one we got to cover though, because there's a few things you've got to cover, and that just hits deep for me.
I think another one, if Eggy gets off his phone.
Sorry,
is,
mate. I was just trying to get ready for the 10K challenge.
Love it. I was going to say another one we must touch on before we get into the round that was Hardwick resigning.
You're gonna fucking cut into me Todd Moisty's minute, but that's
all right.
Yeah,
all right.
No, that's fine because we're only going to go briefly over it in that. But yeah, no, it's a big shock. Well, I don't think it was a shock. If you think he come into the club, 10 years ago with a 10-year plan, got 3 flags, he's run down. Why would he want to be there at the start of another rebuild?
Yeah. I'm actually not gonna comment on it yet because it's part of my likes and dislikes. So
yeah. That's what I thought. You brought it up.
I know.
I was going to let it go just so I could get into it later.
Well, look, to be fair, we have a bit of a run sheet, but those that watch the show, we don't have scripts or anything. Everything we say is just off our minds straight away. So
I've got one tonight after last few weeks, Moisty's minute.
That's for your segment. I'm excited for that. Bit more organisation there.
No, we're good to go.
And don't forget, we've got, after we talk about the round that was, we've got Taz's Test, where we'll have our carryover champ return in Turtle, and he's going up against Arty.
Jeez, we've brought that in early this week. That's normally our last segment, isn't it?
We try to make it about 9 o'clock, but because we've been going over with going in through the footy talk, we've sort of bring it forward a bit.
Bring it up a bit. Oh, well, we'll get through these games then.
Well, we normally talk about the games in a bit of depth, unless it was a really crappy game. So that usually takes us through about 9 o'clock anyway.
But there was a few close games now. I said I wasn't going to watch footy, but Friday night was home, bored, turned on Port Melbourne. I think you or me were playing something else, but I was watching it as well. And that was a cracker of a game.
It was a really good game. Like you said, saw bits and pieces. Port have really started to make me think that they are a genuine threat.
Well, I've got them finishing top 4 now.
Yeah.
Cats aren't up there. My top 4 is Collingwood, Port, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Don't know the order yet, but that's mine.
I did hear something today that kind of made me listen and have a bit of a think about it. Has Melbourne beaten anyone of genuine threat so far this season?
So
I think they have too.
Yeah.
They asked the question whether they had. I
said the same about Collingwood, but now you go back through Collingwood's, they beat Port Adelaide.
Yep.
They've only really lost to Brisbane, which is the other contender.
See, I think right now, for me, my top 3 contenders as of right now, or top 4, is Port, Bulldogs, Collingwood, and Brisbane.
Yeah, I think everyone's got Geelong tipping out of there.
They're just being ravaged by injuries at the moment.
Just hit and miss too. They show up, they don't show up. They show up, they don't show up.
Injuries can play a part in it, though.
Melbourne have beat Richmond. They got beaten by Essendon.
Yeah, I'm going through too. I haven't seen anyone Melbourne competed against.
So
there was. I'm sure they played Bulldogs somewhere and they beat them quite convincingly.
Was that round 1?
I think it was actually.
That was when Bulldogs were playing crap, if it was.
And they lost to the Lions. I think that was the game where the lights went out.
Bulldogs by 50 points round 1.
Round 1, yeah. So that was back when Bulldogs weren't in the groove as well. Their past 5-6 weeks has been outstanding. So I still don't I'm still not confident Melbourne is a premiership threat.
Yeah,
the way they're playing.
Yeah, because they lost to Essendon. I think Oliver's out now too.
Oliver's out and they're not going to rush him back, but I think they're still scary. Their best is better than anyone.
If they can hit their straps from round 18 onwards.
If you get them at their best, they're beating anyone in this comp.
True. I agree with that.
Midfield's elite. And forward line's a bit iffy. That's, I think, what lets them down. Their back line's elite. Their midfield's elite. It's just their forward line. Their goal kicking power.
Hey, Session. 20 minutes, mate. You are up against Young Turtle. Turtles just put in chat here, boys. The Brisbane game was the first week without the ruck and trialled McStay and Johnson, which failed. Then next week switched to Frampton and haven't lost since. Something to think about. Mate, I'm sick of thinking about Collingwood. Fuck you.
Oh, it's on the Collingwood. Jeez, I'm just trying to read through this message. Collingwood are just useless. We'll see
Arty ready
Collingwood.
to get
They'll play
embarrassed.
Melbourne. They will play Melbourne soon.
I still think
Brisbane again, and you'll see they're all the big contenders. Or they have beaten up on the kids. Port Adelaide win was impressive. I think Port were a bit down when they played them. The St Kilda win isn't as impressive as we think now, because St Kilda have slacked off a bit and they only just got them.
Yeah.
So, but you've only got to beat who they put in front of you. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Exactly.
That being said, Collingwood's the only team in the comp that haven't played North Melbourne, West Coast, or North Melbourne yet. Or who's the other bottom team? There's three of us down there.
North Melbourne, Hawthorn, West Coast.
West Coast. They haven't played any of them yet, so they've still got them to come. But we'll see. Well, we better get back on track anyway.
Absolutely. So so that game was pretty good. Port Melbourne. On the Saturday, we had the Bulldogs up against Adelaide playing at Mars Stadium in Ballarat.
You missed a game there, mate.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to that one.
You missed the game of the round.
I am coming back to that one.
Game of the round, and I was absolutely devastated by this game. the Bulldogs Adelaide, that was a blowover. No one cares. That was in a rough state.
And we all said on the show last week the Bulldogs would get up at Ballarat. And
I think I said the other way. I thought Adelaide was going to beat them down there, but
I thought it would be closer.
Yeah.
But I think Tex Walker still has too much of an impact on that team because he didn't play on the weekend.
Yeah.
They still rely on him, and he's 34 years of age. So
he's only getting better though.
He is. He definitely is. But look, Bulldogs 11 goals, 19. They are in some very good form at the moment.
This is true.
Very good form. Now we'll go to your team, Moisty. I'll let you take this one away.
Bloody North Melbourne. Interchange infringement. What a way to lose. So this really turned me off when this happened, which I know it's not their fault. But then we've got...
It is their fault.
Oh, it's not the players' fault, is what I'm saying. It's obviously a steward on the engine chain. They get warned at 5. They get warned at 1. Now, what I heard happen is everyone's saying they had another one after that, but the AFL made them swap back.
Yep.
And the only reason the penalty was as harsh as it was because the player that come on runs straight into the action.
Yeah, right.
So if he'd come on and gone to the other end of the ground, they would have just done it quietly, they reckon.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's come straight into the action. Like he's run straight down into that ball up because it was Powell in the midfield, straight into that ball up, into the action, free kick 50.
I don't even think they really needed to give the 50. He wasn't missing from there.
Oh, it's the rules though. It is a rule, and it's a bit of a letdown. But the boys play well. And six of the key outs. I don't see a lot of them. Obviously, Cunners will come back this week with 30 touches and 17 clearance in the VFL. I hope they keep Warlaw in though, and it's getting good. We've got some kids to choose from now. So if you don't perform, you'll miss out.
Really liked Bailey Scott, Powell. Wardlaw was good. Obviously, Cheese is going to be a freak. He already is.
I got my Cheese was here somewhere.
I like the fact that Souvlaki is starting to hit a bit of form as well. He's competing.
Yeah, well, he was injured.
Correct. So he seems to have shaken it, which is good.
But it was good with Coleman Jones in there too. He was taking the clunks as well. So you get Coleman Jones, him, and Zerhau are back next week.
Yep.
They also rotated Sheasel forward, which he had. I think he had 4 or 5 shots. He kicked
2 goals, 3 or something, didn't he?
No, it was 2. No, it was 1 goal, 3, and 2 out in the Fulls, I believe.
Yeah, right. Imagine if they went through.
Had an absolute field day.
Huge. All right, let's keep moving on. Let's move on.
Fremantle Geelong. So this was a surprise.
Yeah.
Getting over Geelong.
This was probably my shock of the round.
Yeah, that was a big surprise.
Does this say more about Fremantle or more about Geelong?
Well, Freo have just beat Sydney and Geelong, but Sydney and Geelong have both looked pathetic in the last.
Agreed.
Sydney doing that against North, you think, oh yeah, Freo are better. So Sydney is still riddled with injuries, and I think Geelong is still riddled with injuries.
Yeah, agreed with you. So we'll talk about who Freo's got next, and it could be a pretty big test, but I actually don't know who they've got. I can't remember.
They got Carlton, don't they?
No, we're playing Sydney.
They got Melbourne next, I think.
Melbourne, that's it.
Hurdy's put in chat here. Moisty is back, baby.
Yeah, Bulls. Can't you read?
Ah, piss off with your balls.
Supporting the basketball.
And then Arty's got, let's talk about the biggest bottleneck job in the history of the EPL, the real football. He is referring to the one and only Arsenal Football Club, who were on top of the Premier League table and have absolutely destroyed themselves and will not be winning the title.
Though. That's no shock.
But we're not talking about
EPL. We're not talking about EPL because we actually like girls. We don't like ball.
Yeah. All right, so then we got Brisbane Gold Coast, where I actually watched this game because I was upset about the North game. Firing up, watched this game because my boy railed, but I only watched about half of it, and then it sort of blew out.
And what do you think of it?
I thought it was all right, but I switched to the other one, Essendon Richmond. So I actually watched a lot of football. I said I was on strike. I watched a lot of football this weekend. But the Essendon Richmond game was an absolute beauty, but the Gold Coast Brisbane was a bit of a letdown.
I am absolutely stoked that you're back loving footy again. It makes our conversations better when we're playing Rocket League. But this Essendon Richmond game was an absolute beauty of a game. And I really do think Essendon can make finals. I think they're definitely in with a shot.
No, they're absolutely guaranteed. All they've got to do is win one of the next 5. And then they've got North Melbourne, West Coast, and I forgot the other one again.
Hawthorn.
They play those 3. So at the moment they're on, what were they? I think they're on about, where's me ladder?
Surely West Coast will be getting some players back soon.
No, I'm pretty sure they're seasonal. We will cover this later in Moisty's Minute.
Ooh.
Don't you worry about that. We've got something coming up that'll look after that. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that Essendon will play finals this year. So they've won, what have they won? 5. So you give them another, I think they played North twice. So they could be 50-50, but you think you'd give them then. So they've got North twice, they've got West Coast and Hawthorn, which you think of 4 wins gets them to 9. They win 1 or 2, and then I think they play Gold Coast, Sydney, and Richmond as well.
And at the moment, all of them are winnable games.
All of them are very easable, like they're all 12 or below.
Easable, I like that.
Easable, yeah. So I think Kane Corns did it, and he gave them one tough game and had them 14 wins.
Interesting. Well, let's hope Brad Scott can keep the wheels running. Don't know what's going to happen with the Twitter page. You know, Essendon hasn't played a final in how many days?
No, I can ask Dunny. It's 20 years, he said now. Not played a final, won a final for 20 years.
Won a final.
And not won a final for 20 years.
It'll be interesting. All right, let's keep moving. I don't really want to talk about the next game too much. Hawthorn West Coast. So Hawthorn have been told they're not getting draft picks and they show up. That's all I read into that. Yeah.
What's in
West
Tassie?
Coast, I would absolutely hate to be Adam Simpson right now.
But he can't really do much. They've got Will Schofield playing in the VFL over there. That's how desperate they are.
The waffle.
They had Will Schofield put his name up. I was live on the show. He said, "I'll come play for you," and he's out of retirement. He's 48, I think.
Oh, he's about 40.
40, is he? No, he's older than that.
Surely not.
No, I think he's late 40s anyway. And
Eggy, do you want to do a fact check for us?
Fact check.
Will Schofield age?
He's either late 30s or late 40s.
I reckon he's around 40, give or take.
But still running around a VFL team at that age.
Oh, I know, mate. I know. I think hopefully they pick up a few through the rookie draft or the mid-season.
But Jay, this is another thing I want to go over there. They're only allowed one. You're only allowed one pick in the mid-season. That's the rules at the moment. This is all coming up in Todd's Minute. It's going to be a very long Todd's Minute this week.
All right, let's keep moving.
We're going to have to discuss a few of these because I'm very adamant about a few of these.
All right, let's keep moving then. Carlton Collingwood. So I watched this game. I went around to Hurdy's place and had a look.
He's 34. Just for interesting.
34. Oh, okay, so he's not that old. He must have retired early.
Young duck.
Yeah, interesting.
I can run around. He's only my age. We can run around.
First quarter, Carlton were horrible. Collingwood were absolutely amazing. Collingwood kind of put the queue in the rack a bit, I felt. and they sort of just played in patches. Voss made changes from the second quarter onwards. 7 goals, 15 to 13-7. So a lot of media still focused on Carlton around how bad they are. Voss is going to lose his job, all these sort of things. But I've been saying it for weeks. I still think that at the last 3 weeks, we've played the top 3 teams in the competition, in my eyes, and we haven't lost by more than sort of 30 points yet.
But have looked ordinary. Those
We
teams
have.
Hasn't shown up against you guys either.
Collingwood looked good, but I still think they put the Q in the rack.
Yeah,
but we're getting scoring shots. If our accuracy improved, and I still think we're better than what the media are saying. That's just my opinion. I could be biased with my thoughts.
No, but the media aren't saying you're bad. They're saying lack of effort. Saying the team's good, just lack of effort.
Yeah, true. It's probably more the supporters. I'm in a lot of Carlton groups, and all of them are just saying, sack the coach and do this and do that and drop this player, like drop half the team. It's like, well, hang on a second. You've got to be realistic when you look at this stuff.
Well, that's another thing. You got Paddy Dow. Why sign him again if you're going to have him in the VFL? Why not let him go to another club?
Well, his contract runs out this year. And
but they re-signed him last year.
I think we did until the end of this year.
Yeah. To sit in VFL.
I heard his manager talking today on Gettable. It's a podcast I listen to on Spotify. And they spoke to his manager, who's also the manager of Brody Kemp, another high draft pick that was injured to start with, and he's starting to play, become more consistent. Anyway, he was saying that there's a fair few clubs really impressed with the form of Paddy Dow in the VFL. So he'll be on an AFL list next year. I just don't know where, but I really hope he gets an opportunity.
He should be on one this year, but you guys re-signed him to stick in the twos. Why even sign him? Why?
That's right.
He's on $500,000 playing for you guys in the twos.
I want him to play because he's got the burst out of a pack that we're missing in AFL level at the moment.
Yeah.
We've got no one doing it. And he's got the quick hands. Guess his kicking lets him down, but geez, look at the whole Carlton team. Most of them are hitting, the boundary line or the opposition. How many times did we kick it straight to Darcy Moore on the weekend?
He did play right into his hand. He just didn't want to switch. There's no switch, and then Collingwood got it switched. They had the whole open side all day.
But you can't win by just bombing it into your forward 50. You've got to lower your eyes. Anyway, I could go on about Carlton for hours.
But before we move on, what did you thought on Nick Dacos' hit on Egis?
I think it definitely deserved a fine, 100%.
Yep. See,
do you think if it was anyone else, they would have got suspended, or?
No, I don't. I think if it was anyone else, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be one of those such and such got fined.
They got a fine, and you'd never hear. But because it was him, you talk about it more because they want to make it a bit. It's what we were saying last week. They bring I think it was me and Taz talking once. Everything that comes in, they've got to explode it to make it everyone want to watch it. Like it's just blown out of proportion. That happens probably 40 times a game on a footy pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
I think if it was Ginnivan hitting someone, you wouldn't hear of it again.
Yep.
I think if it was Ginnivan, you would.
Oh, maybe Ginnivan, yeah. But
if it was like Elliott or Johnson or, someone like that, I don't think
your Olivers, your Petrarcas, your Zuck Butters, they do anything, it's going to be outlined and broadcast, but I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Yes, what are your thoughts, Egi?
I didn't really see the match, but we'll touch on that later. I just saw the headlines, and then I didn't really see the hit on it, so I just thought I got fined for it, but yeah, I just wanted to see your. It
was a good old fashioned jumper punch to the stomach.
Yeah,
I think Akers put a bit of mustard on it too. To be fair,
yeah, but that's what you do to get free kicks these days. Everyone does it.
Yeah,
this is very true. Very true.
Yeah, no, it's worth a fine, but if you suspend him for that, you'd be suspending players all year long.
Yeah, 100%.
St Kilda GWS.
All right, now I switched to this one at 3/4 time of the other game because that was getting a bit pedestrian in the other game, I thought. They were just playing kick to kick, sort of. And this was an absolute cracker as well. I absolutely loved this game.
I didn't see any of this game myself.
No, it was absolute end-to-end beauty stuff. St Kilda are normally pretty hard to score against, but GWS scored 80 points, which is a surprise. And St Kilda, they had that young kid, 47, I forget his name again. It's a real hard name to say, but he's looking like a jet.
Is that Caminiti?
Caminiti, that's the one. Big,
Caminiti
strong,
or something? Yeah.
big, strong, contested marks, can leap. He's going to be a gun. Going to be gun full forward.
Amazing.
Got another one, them. Him and Kingy will be there for 10 years.
And Max King kicked 4 goals on return. That's huge.
And they weren't easy goals.
Weren't they?
Normally, you're on your return, you get the cheap ones out the back. He was leading. He was contested marking. It was good to watch him.
That's good. That's real good. I think he is vital to St Kilda's premiership push this year, or finals push, I should say.
Well, he was, and the reason I say was is because they've got Caminiti and Owens who can do the same now. They're not relying on King.
Right.
King could be a third option. So if you watch St Kilda now, they have 3 talls in there, not including Marshall when he floats down there. I think Caminiti might go for a spell on the run, or Owens, but you've got Owens, Caminiti, and King all leading out, all can contested mark, and a very dangerous forward line.
And you got the guy that was the concreter, and he did his ACL first round one or something. Hayes, yeah, he looks good too.
He was back this week.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he played on the weekend too. That's the other ruckman I was trying to think of.
Gotcha.
So they've got 4 talls in there plus a ruck.
See, they're getting all their injuries back, and they've already banked wins with an injury of average list.
Well, we were talking about this earlier. They had 6 or 7. Would these guys come back? They've come back in and made the side look better.
Yeah, correct.
Steele's come back. King's come back. Caminiti's come back from suspension. Hayes is back. Marshall's just dominating at the moment.
It's insane. Oh, I'm loving it.
Steele for my draft there, Marshall. No one wanted him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an absolute cracker of a game. But St Kilda held on there for 2 goals. 2 goals.
Which is good. And I think that's good to see GWS fight. Every game that they've played, they've been in it, GWS.
Bar a few, I think.
But that's good considering that I think they are rebuilding.
You got the double Martin got when he smacked Dacos.
I think he's saying that Dacos got doubled what Martin got when he smacked Dacos.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, the fine.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fines are fine. Don't hit people.
In saying that, I have sent out the links to Arty and Turtle to join for Taz's test, so I'm just waiting for them to jump into the lobby. I haven't seen them join yet.
I'll just give you boys a question just before we get them in there.
Okay.
Hang on. Eggy had something, I think.
I thought before we do that, we've got the likes and dislikes. What I dislike is the New South Wales. Their AFL broadcast is pitiful.
It's very pitiful on there.
Friday night, I couldn't watch the game because we were out for dinner and they had the NRL on. And then Saturday night, we went to the pub and every screen had the NRL on. And I got back to the unit, getting excited, and I changed over to 7 Mate, and it said audio only channel. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I could listen to the footy, but I couldn't watch it. And then I tried to log on to KO, but the rest of the family were all logged on to KO watching the Storm game because that was on Fox and not on Channel 9.
Nah, you've got to. So they've got footy pubs there. In Brisbane was the same. There was 4 footy pubs I could go to in Brisbane.
And then on Sunday Arvo, we're driving down from Sydney to Narooma. I got there at 3/4 time for the Collingwood Carlton game. Hopping to turn it on the TV. Channel 7 doesn't have it. 7-2 doesn't have it. 7 Mate doesn't have it. All right, I'll just have to watch it on my phone again.
On the KO on the phone.
Yeah,
it was the same in Cairns as well. It's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, even asked at the pub, "Oh, can we turn that screen?" Oh no, the people on that table asked to watch the Storm and can't remember who they're playing now game. I was like, they couldn't watch the 5 other screens that have it on.
Yeah, that's the one that's looking that way.
I just want the little TV, not the big one.
So that's obviously the dislike.
Yep, that was the dislike.
Tazzy, your dislike, mate?
We're starting with dislikes. My dislike is West Coast losing by such a big margin against another bottom 4 team, and I had another one which it was just North going over the cap because they should have won that game, and I feel really sorry for them because they were in a winning position.
That's my dislike too, but it sort of robbed Sydney as well because it was 5 metres out from their goal. They still could have won that game, but now everyone thinks they got given the game, whereas they probably could have won the game as well.
Yeah, correct.
Like
We'll never know.
everyone's just saying you're being gifted the game, but who knows? They were charging, so they could have won the game off their own boot.
And Papley's dangerous in those positions.
Yep. And Buddy's speech after, I didn't like his speech after the game.
Good point. I'm glad you called that out. I did not like his speech either. I thought it was quite arrogant in the way he went about it.
Yeah, I thought it was very clownish.
Yes. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, I was the same. That was my dislike. Like, there's ways you can say it without. He probably shouldn't have been asked the question. The question probably, I don't know. It's sort of.
But they're trained. They have got media training.
But it's still, how do you answer that question? Not sarcastically or not arrogantly.
Well, you just say, I feel sorry for North having to make the error. We're lucky that we got the 4 points.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't like it either. That was what I said. That was my dislike.
Yeah.
The North and the speech.
All right, let's move on to the positive stuff. Likes.
Oh, I'll start off that one. Clarko.
Yep.
Clarko in the clear.
Yep. I like that.
And until he comes back, I'm not going to be ecstatic if he comes back. So hopefully he comes back.
I hope so. I
have heard 4 to 5 weeks though.
That's not too bad.
Which isn't bad. If he comes back in 4 to 5, that's good. But
especially for like a couple of years, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
4 to 5 weeks out of years is not much.
Yeah, but then you've got to, like, people have got to get off his back. Like, it's been proven he didn't do it. Like, I think he's been copping a lot of behind the scene, a lot of hate.
Yeah, well, he's been going to restaurants and people have been kicking him out.
Yeah, so a lot of hate because everyone's calling him a racist, or I say air quotes, but that's what they are. Like,
yep,
he's a racist. He's
allegedly. This is all allegedly.
Alleged, yeah. But it's the same. I'm not going to go into any more of that because I'll waffle on and I'll upset someone with some of the language I use. So we'll just
still have to be very careful because we are a live entertainment show.
This is right.
Everything we say is obviously what we've heard. We haven't heard it firsthand. We just allege these things. But any other likes?
No, that was mine. Clarko getting off. North Melbourne's game. I loved it. They showed a bit of heart at least.
Yeah, I noticed it when I was looking at the score updates. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, we showed a bit more. We sort of took a 16-point lead in that last quarter. So they were looking real good late, and then just a little brain fade.
Yeah, I can see Turtle in the waiting room, just waiting for Arty. Just a bit of an update. It's saying it's asking him for a meeting code, but we don't have one.
And you, Egi, what did you like this week?
Well, I didn't get to see any of the games. I did watch briefly. What did I watch? I think it was it might have been the Geelong Fremantle game. Like, touched on a bit of that, but that was on my phone at the pub. Actually,
New South Wales.
Yeah, I know.
I know what your like was.
What's that? Collingwood getting up over Carlton?
Well, that too, but
getting
back to Melbourne.
Haircut?
Oh, yes, terrible.
The Dacos.
Turtle will love it.
Mine's close.
Thought we made a rule, boys. No talking about hair on the show. We know how I get.
I had mine before Dacos though, so he copied me.
I think Braden Maynard had it first.
This is true.
He got it off me too.
True. Any other likes from you, Todd?
No, that was it. I'm liking footy at the moment, but apart from that, at the moment, I say.
Well, I won't ask you on Saturday Arbors because it seems when you crack the... you've had
enough. Last week, look, and Dunny can attest to this at work, or Brian, if he's in the chat, but last week when the Clarko hit me bad, and I didn't like it. I hate politics in football.
Yep. I remember playing Rocket League with you, and Jack and I and Herdy were talking about it a couple of days later, and some things that we cannot repeat and we won't repeat.
Yeah. I don't like politics in footy.
I've got a couple of likes, boys. I've got And they're different. So first of all, I want to start with, I mentioned it before, Bombers beating the Tigers. But what I liked about it was young Seymour boy, Durham kicking the winner. Durham. Loved it. Loved the fact. Yeah. Every boy's dream is to kick a winner after the siren, or, close to the siren. Yep. So thought that was fantastic. Hardwick resigning on his terms. I really like that. And I think that would be a way forward for a lot of clubs.
Yes, especially standing down mid season.
Well, he knew he wasn't going to go again, so.
and he was like, my heart's just not in it. So,
but he said if you can't give everything this year, why not give someone the chance to build into next year?
Yeah, correct.
Why just him limp a lot across the line without his heart? Yeah, like he said, he needs a break.
There's probably one thing about Hardwick that I haven't really appreciated until his resignation, which is sad, but he's always been upfront and honest as much as possible when in the media and talking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Richmond were going through their crap years, he was always upfront, honest. And I think he's done a fantastic thing for the Richmond Football Club for the last 10 years.
The 10 years he took them to 3, and it was mapped out. It wasn't as if it was a fluke. You and me were looking at it one night. It was a 10-year plan and got him 3 flags.
Yeah.
What more is he going to accomplish there? So I don't know if he'll coach again or not. We'll leave that for later because that's one of the questions as well.
And I had one last thing, and that's Port Adelaide are playing for Ken Hinkley at the moment. It's the final year of his contract. They've put off talks until August, which is after the bye rounds. That's what Koshy even come out and said.
He's already back in. I don't think they can sack him here.
I don't think they can, but it's whether he wants to go around again with them or not. So that'll be a watch and see. But I just like the fact that Port are actually really playing well. I don't like Adelaide teams, but I like watching Port and Crows both at the moment.
Beautiful. We got our players yet, or do we want to skip to the tip leaders?
We are having technical difficulties with Arty at the moment, so I must apologise, everyone. You're going to hear me typing because I'm just messaging him at the moment.
All right, well, we'll just run through the tip leaders.
That's
next on the agenda, isn't it? Yeah,
it is.
Tip leaders at the moment. We've got Sammy. Oh, you can read them out.
Yeah,
that's your job, isn't it?
Sammy P3 is in first with 66 points. We got How Good Was Dreamtime this year. So this originally was Richmond equals 9th. So I'm guessing it's an Essendon supporter. So I'm leaning towards Nick, or unless you know someone else that might be an Essendon supporter. He's also on 66 points. We've got ESPN fan 32615262778. He's also on 66 points.
Old chestnut. It's going to be hard to track down if he wins.
Yeah. And we got old Will I Am on 64, with Peglish on 64 as well. The Irk is on 63. Rockin' Horse Road is on 62 with Soulman. We also got Here Comes Number 5 on 61 with Go Saints Paul Willow. And Haley J on 61. Scott Richo on 61. Carlton Blues on 59 and the Turtle on 59 and Dunning on 59.
That's pretty close.
Dunning's still 59. I think I'm on about 40.
Ross is down on 57. We got Bob the Cool on 50. Oh, Moisty on 50. Taz on 52.
Hey, I'm beating you. Yes.
Arty's on 53.
So we're only 16 behind halfway through the year. Jesus.
Yeah, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Well, look at Sammy. She's gone 7, 7, 8, 5, 9, 8, 6.
Yeah, it's huge.
That is
look at
for you.
ESPN fan 9, 7, and 8 in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, he's gone 7, 7, 9, 6, 8, 7.
Yep. So there's some good tipping there, guys. Keep it up. It's still anyone's game.
Paying out 9s because we'd be fucking lost a fortune already.
Oh, 100%. And don't give it. No, we're not doing that in future.
So it might be a next year thing, but it's not a this year thing.
Do we need the meeting code for Arty? Because I've got it here.
Do you? Can you message that to me, please, if we've got one?
Is that we're still waiting on Arty? I can't exactly roll into Moisty's minute because you guys will get distracted.
This is true, yes.
But I can give you something to think about because the first question on Moisty's minute, I was going to give you the whole minute to answer. So this is, you've got 2 players in the comp to trade to Tasmania. What are your top 2 players going to Tassie? So don't answer it now. Have a think. You can pick any player in the comp.
So, question on top of that.
Yeah.
Are you talking about if I was like the coach
If you're the coach, yeah.
Who would we want?
So you're the coach. Who are you bringing to Tassie? You can pick any player in the comp. Any 2 players in the comp coming to Tassie with you.
All right.
So just think about that, and we'll get back to that after the minute.
Easy. I'm just sending Arty those numbers. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Egi. All right. So I was just about to say something, and I cannot remember what the hell I was going to say.
Cannot remember. So is Arty messaging you though? We've got
him.
Or?
Yeah. I'm in contact with Arty. He just said he's given it a shot. I've just sent him the meeting passcode, which is from Egi here. So we'll give him a little bit longer to try and log in.
Do we want to go? No, tips will take too long.
They certainly will. Can I actually? What I'll do, just something different. Everyone probably knows, but I'm just going to go through the AFL ladder.
Yep.
Ladder, beautiful. Let's do that.
If Eggy can get that up on the screen above his head, so everyone at home can follow along. But we've got Collingwood and Brisbane top 2 at the moment. Collingwood a game clear on 36 points. Says meeting ID before passcode. Can you see a meeting ID, Eggy?
Is that not what I sent you? If you go into participants and click on invite, you should be able to go copy invitation. Facebook.
I think I've got it. Sorry about all this, guys. It's
Tassie's test. It's always the hold up of every night.
Look, Arty's a bit older, right? I think technology's a bit out of his growing up phase.
Wheelhouse.
Hopefully that
keep
works.
That one more. So if we can't get him in there, we'll shoot through Moisty's minute and we'll get him up after.
Yeah, beautiful. So top 8, we've got Collingwood, Brisbane. Sorry, we've got Collingwood 36 points, Brisbane, Port Adelaide on 32, Melbourne, St Kilda, Western Bulldogs all on 28. Then we've got a bit of a cluster of Geelong, Adelaide, Essendon and Fremantle all on 20 points. Carlton on 18 because of that draw first round. Sydney and Gold Coast both on 16. Richmond 14, GWS 12, Hawthorn and North on 8 points and Eagles on 4. So it's still pretty tight.
It is.
Between sort of Melbourne in 4th, even to Gold Coast in 13th.
Yeah.
Any of those teams can make 8.
The bottom
even
3
Richmond's
are in the
not
hunt
that
for the
out of it.
spoon too.
And do you think Richmond's still within a chance?
I reckon they are.
Well, they 3 games out. No, 2.
They're on 14 points.
Yeah, so 2 games out.
2 wins, yeah.
They don't have to worry about percent. They're still in the hunt, but
actually, they're only 1.5 out, really, because of that draw.
Yeah.
No, because their percent's horrible.
So the draw might help Carlton or Richmond just to get over there, get over the line.
Yeah, definitely going to help Carlton and Richmond because Richmond and Carlton. Oh, Carlton's percent's all right, but Richmond. Oh no, they're both pretty bad. Well, they're 99.6, so they're all about 10% behind the ones inside the 8.
We have liftoff, gentlemen.
We're on.
We are on. So we'll admit Turtle first. He'll appear at the top of the screen. There he is. He's connecting audio.
Both headphones on now so I can hear these calls.
G'day, carryover champion. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yes, very well.
Thank you for
half asleep there.
Your patience waiting for Mr. Techphobe Arty.
No, that's fine. Just doing my dictatorship on Tropico 6. It's fine.
On what?
Tropico 6.
What is Tropico 6?
Kind of like a Sim City type game, but you got to build trade ports and make and it's all political, and you got to choose basically, do you want to be a Western society, a dictator, who do you want to fight wars with?
That's what you were talking about the other day.
Yeah, kind of like in between Civilization and Sim City, basically.
Beautiful. Hopefully it's going well then, my friend. Going to bring Arty into the chat. Are you ready to defend your title?
Yeah, kind of. I'm just going to be rusty now.
See, Taz has had a 3-week break. It's going to be very rusty for all of us.
Here he is. He's just connecting his audio now. I don't know if he can hear us or not. Can you hear us, Arty?
There he goes.
There he is. He's got a little helper too.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Who's this little lady?
Harper.
She come to cheer Daddy on, has she?
Yeah. Watch Daddy destroy himself.
Now, Arty,
No.
I believe I've done Turtle, but we have to get a premiership winner and a Brownlow favourite for you. Who do you think's winning the Brownlow, and who do you think's taking home the cup?
I reckon Melbourne will win the premiership.
Melbourne?
And the Brownlow... Oh, no, the Pooh and the Wees won't win.
We got to clip that.
They're going to go down the toilet like usual.
Yeah, I'll say Petrarca.
The track?
Ooh, I like it.
No, he's travelling very well and very nicely at the moment. The track.
All right. Now, for those of you playing along at home or who haven't seen this before, basically we've got 4 questions that I'll be asking, and then we'll go into a who am I. Each question that I ask is worth 1 point. Sometimes a question will have a bonus point, but you must answer exactly correct to get the bonus point. The who am I will start with 5 points for the first clue, 4 points for the second, 3, 2, 1, and then none. And whoever wins will return next week and either stay the carryover champ like Young Turtle here, or be the new carryover champ, which could be you, Arty.
Unlikely.
Now, what you need to do, guys, to buzz in once I ask a question. You don't have to wait until I finish the question. You can cut me off. But I do need a buzzer from each of you. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Carryover Champ.
So I'll stick with my ball. It's been pretty lucky so far.
Love it. Love it. And what about you, Challenger?
Let's go with Hawks.
Hawks? Don't want to go Poos and Wees? All right. So we've got Ball and we've got Hawks.
All right, I'm ready.
We got Moisty listening in. He's going to be the judge, and Eggy's going to be the scorekeeper. Are we ready?
Go for
Ready.
it.
All right. In 1987, an AFL match was played in London between Carlton and North Melbourne. What is this game known as today?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Please use your buzzer,
Hawks?
thanks.
Brawl? It was a massive
Arty?
brawl, wasn't it?
What was that, sorry?
In the game?
Did I hear a buzzer?
A massive brawl.
No, he just talking about a brawl. Was there a brawl in
Sorry?
the game?
There was a brawl in the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what we talk about in the
I don't
game?
know what the name of the game.
No, that's all right. Time's up.
Okay.
The game is known as the Battle of Britain.
Well, no.
I'm a North Melbourne supporter. I didn't know that until I looked at this question sheet here. So
There you go. Well, Clarkson actually got suspended for 4 games.
I'm going to assume that North Melbourne lost that Battle of Britain. That's why you don't know about it.
I don't know. It's before I was born, so that's why I don't know about it.
All right, moving on. Question number 2. In what year did the VFL become the AFL?
Ball.
Turtle.
VFL become the AFL. 1990.
Correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
1 point Turtle. Number 3. What coach resigned this week?
Ball.
That's Turtle.
Hardwick.
Correct. All right, number 4. What ex-Carlton player is known for his antics during the Brownlow medal count?
That's Turtle.
Got to be the Fev.
That's correct. So that's the end of the 4 questions. What's the score, Eggy? Score check?
Turtle 3, Arty still yet to score.
All right.
I don't think he's either that. There's a bonus point there, Tazzy, you forgot to ask.
Hey, good pickup. Bonus point for the club he was traded to, Turtle.
Who Fev?
Yes,
Brisbane.
that is correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you for picking that up. I forgot I put
That's
that
right,
in there.
mate.
I should have put that on the next line. All right. Who am I? For 5 points. I was born in Druin in 1961 and grew up alongside 4 brothers and
Hawthorn.
3 sisters.
Hawthorn, that's Arty.
Gary Ablett.
Gary Ablett?
Elaborate. You've got to... Which one?
Senior.
That is correct.
5 points.
He's come from nowhere.
Come from behind. It's not very often you get it on the I was born in 1961.
Yeah.
That was just when I was reading the information about him, I was like, geez, I don't know if anyone will know this. How did you know that, Arty?
I've got a couple of mates that live out in Druin, and they're always going on about how I grew up with Gary Ablett and the Abletts, and we were only talking about it like a couple of weeks ago. So
Just perfect timing.
yeah.
That is awesome. Oh, I just realised we can't. Can we see these two on the stream?
Nah, not really.
Oh.
I was trying to play around with it, trying to cut it out, but I haven't figured it out yet.
We'll have to fix that. We'll have to fix that for next week.
Stream, yeah.
We can sort of see.
Congratulations, Arty. That makes you the carryover champ.
Oh,
You're going to do
it does.
now we got to come back now.
Now you're back next week. Is that your lovely wife I can hear in the background?
Yeah, it is.
Hello, Mrs. Arty.
Hello.
All right. Well, same time next week, Arty. Make sure you tune in and brush up on your Who Am I skills. Oh, well, no, not those skills, your other skills.
On them, yeah.
She's my IT specialist. She's the one that put it all up.
Yeah, I was giving you a bit of stick saying you're not great with technology before you signed in.
Well, thanks, Turtle, too, for playing, mate. You got 3 or 4 weeks in a row, then Tassie stiffed you along for 3 weeks, and you've come back a bit... Well, he wasn't rusty at all, was he?
Not at all. Not at all. That was just 5 points, bam. But, Turtle, we might get you on...
We needed that one next question, and it would have been a draw, yeah.
That's right. That's exactly right. And I'm glad it wasn't, because I stuffed up and didn't do a tiebreaker again.
Yeah, no, he would have got it the next one anyway. I made my VFL debut in 1982 for Hawks and kicked a goal against Geelong, so you'd know who that is.
Yeah. But same time next week for Arty. But Turtle, thank you so much. And I'd love to get you on again towards the end of the season to verse whoever the carryover champ is at that stage. I think you've earned it.
But anytime, guys.
But before you go, give us your tips for the 10K challenge. Who do you think is going to win this week, without a doubt?
So you've just got to give us one sure thing from this week's round.
We'll start with you, Turtle.
All right, let me have a quick look at the fixture.
We know what yours is. You can just mark it on the ladder already.
The Hawks to beat Kilda.
The Hawks to beat St Kilda.
That can go on the wheel. That's a good odd one.
I like it. That's your sure thing, Arty.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Turtle.
I reckon. Where are we?
I reckon it's happening on a Saturday at 3:20.
You mean a Sunday at 3:20? No.
Sunday 3:20, is it? Yeah.
I reckon the Suns plus 15.
The Suns, but do these guys know what a sure thing is? All right, so we've got the Suns plus 15 against the Doggies, and we've got Hawthorn against St Kilda. We'll lock them in. All right, thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Enjoy.
That was awesome.
Scare me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we still got Arty up there.
Oh, did we? That was fantastic.
That was insane, that 5-pointer.
Yeah.
It was.
I would have got him at question 2. I wouldn't have got him at question 1.
See, I still didn't know a question too when I was researching the questions. I was like, geez, I did not know any of this. So that was huge. Well done again, Arty. Look forward to seeing how you go next week.
Just talking about it 2 weeks ago with the mates, bang, 5 points.
Huge. All right, what are we up to, gents? I think we're up to Moisty's Minute.
Moisty's Minute. All right. We've actually got a run sheet this week, boys.
Oh, look out. He's come prepared.
We're good to go. I was prepared last week.
So you found this run sheet? It didn't float around the room somewhere?
I made a new one. I've still got no clue where that is. I must have left it at work because I read it at work while I was bored. So I must have left it there.
And join in chat as well, guys, for the Moisty's Minute.
Just think about that top question for a minute. But Thursday night footballs, they've given us 5 more, and that's it for the season. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
Bad thing.
Terrible. Yes, I agree. That should be every week.
Now we're only doing short answers, aren't we? We're not elaborating.
Yeah, yes or no. Unless the crowd wants to go any further. Will Dimmer coach again?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Dunno.
No.
I don't know what capacity. Let me just leave it at that.
Don't know what capacity, but he'll be back. Should Sydney still play Buddy Franklin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a yes too. Should there be an injury/trade period for the AFL? So let me elaborate. Collingwood didn't have a ruck for 4 weeks. Should they be allowed to trade with another team for their backup ruckman that's playing in the VFL?
Can I ask a question for you just on top of that? Are you talking like a loan situation or a trade permanent contract?
Full trade. So we've got a midfielder we're not using. You need a mid. I need a... Yep. Like in draft league in Supercoach.
I think yes.
Trade you. Yes?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I like it. Yep.
Yeah, I like it instead of just the mid-season. Because the mid-season...
Paddy Dow, great example.
Yes, exactly right. He could be getting time at North, teaching those young kids. Mid-season draft, should they be allowed to draft more than one player?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it should be based on what your list and what your injury list looks like. If you've got 4 players, sorry, I know we're not meant to elaborate. If you've got 4 players on the injury list for the season, that's a nice washing basket in the background there, Todd.
Where's my washing basket?
I
think if you've got 4 players on the long-term injury list, you are well within your right to draft 4 players.
To recruit 4 players. That's the way I want it to. I want if you've got permanent injuries, but then those permanent injuries can't come back early. They can't, if they're season out, they can't come back in. You've drafted these players on top.
Yep. Eggy?
Sorry, I missed that. I was looking at something else.
Should you be allowed to get more in the mid-season draft?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to clip that.
The other one I've got, where are we? Clarko. Do you reckon he'll return or will he stay out of footy now? Is he done?
No, he'll come back.
He's coming back?
Agreed.
Yeah.
He's coming back? All right, now we'll go back.
It won't end it like that. Nothing. Yeah.
No, I don't think he will either. I reckon he'll travel along. All right, so the question I asked you before, 2 players coming to Tassie with you if you coach. You pick any 2 in the AFL at the moment. Who are you taking?
You want to go first, Eggy?
In any 2 players?
You pick any 2 from the AFL. They've got to come with you.
Nick Dacos, Charlie Curnow.
Curnow?
I've got Nick Dacos, Jeremy Cameron.
So it's midfield and
the forward.
See, I've gone the other way. I've gone Jeremy Cameron and Darcy Cameron.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I've gone 2 key.
Yeah.
So you can get young kids, dime a dozen midfielders, young kids out of the draft.
It's true. I was thinking Jeremy Cameron because he can play forward and midfield, and Nick Dacos halfback and mid.
Yeah, true. So they're still the generals.
Yeah, and I think Nick Dacos is definitely a future captain of Collingwood, and future Brownlow medalist.
So the last question on here is Diablo 4. What day are we boys getting it?
Just before I answer that question, Turtle's got here Darcy Moore over Dacos for me.
Yeah, that's the way I've gone.
Yeah, I like Darcy Moore.
I do like Darcy Moore.
Did you say Darcy Cameron?
I meant Darcy Moore. Who's Darcy Cameron?
That's what
Darcy Cameron's the ruckman.
Oh, no, I don't want Cameron. I want Moore. I meant
got you.
That's all I meant. Yeah, Moore, and that's why I said pillars. Moore,
I see.
Ruckmen are the same too. You need a ruckman, but you don't need the best ruckman.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And to answer your next question, I am getting it on release day, hopefully.
The 6th of the 6th, that's me too.
What was that?
When are you getting Diablo for?
It's not.
You'll be waiting a while.
Not footy related. Not
Oh,
footy
he's not
related
into it.
at
I
all.
was straight into it. I had to throw that one in there. That's me last quote. That's Moisy's minute. That took about 10 minutes. But
I like it. I'm going to say we are 9:30 though, so we're going to rush through our tips this weekend, and then we'll get to the 10K challenge, Eggy's best bets, and hopefully done in 5-10 minutes.
Jeez, that's a bit fucking.
That's what she
Massive.
said.
So you know what? I'm going to mix it up a bit. We're going to go through. I'm just going to talk about the games, and we're just going to say who we're tipping. We're not going to say why.
Okay.
Alrighty. Similar to Moisty's minute.
Yeah.
All right. Swans Carlton. We'll start with you, Eggy.
Carlton.
I got Sydney up there.
I got Carlton. Saints Hawks.
St Kilda.
Saints.
I've gone Saints. Melbourne
Tell me
Freo.
not to elaborate. Then there's a big pause. And
Yeah, I know. Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne for me.
Yeah, I've got Melbourne. Cats Giants.
Catters.
GWS.
I think GWS too. Suns and Bulldogs.
Doggies.
On fence, I've tipped Bulldogs, but on Sportsbet, I've tipped Gold Coast.
I only go Doggies. Eagles Bombers over there.
Essendon.
Essendon.
Yeah, Essendon Country Mile. Tigers Port.
Tigers.
MCG.
I got
Tigers.
Port.
I only go Tigers because of the sugar hit for a new coach.
Yes.
Pies Kangas.
North by 100. No, I got Collingwood.
Pies by one.
Pies every day of the week. And final game, Sunday 4:40, Crows Lions in Adelaide.
I'm going Brisbane.
Can the Crows.
Yeah, I'm going to go Crows. Crows to bounce back.
All right, submit tips.
All right. Love it. 10K challenge. Eggy, do you want to
Let's
take
go,
over?
boys. Well, I like to always have a tip for tonight, so I got the dogs again, and here we are. We got
All right,
10:25. We got Wentworth Park, race 11.
Wentworth Park race 11. Yeah, all right, we're good.
She's a short race, this one. So I think the one will win, but if the 4 gets a good start, it might win as well. So I've gone Fascinate Donald top 2. I've done Prince Creed for top 4 and Talakai for top 4. That'll get you $2. That'll double your money, hopefully.
Top 2, Takai for top 4, and
Prince Creed for top 4.
Nice.
And then for the weekend, I like.
What was that? Give it? Yeah, $2, $2.16.
Yep. I like. Where are we? Sandown race 6, Katsu. It's only paying $1.80. I like Randwick race 9, Tamerlane number 4, just the place for $2. And Eagle Farm race 7, I do like Kovalika to win at $1.65. I think it gives you about $6 all up.
So we've got Kovalika, then we've got the first one was at Sandown.
Yeah, Sandown race 6, Katsu. It's only paying $1.80.
Katsu.
Then
Sorry to cut you. I'm just reading chat. Runs to George. Look at this. Just got on and the show's finishing. That's my father, gentlemen, just so you know.
There you go, Georgie.
Thanks, Ty. First time chatter.
Yeah, he's been here a few times, I believe. We've heard a bit. And the second pick for you, Eggy, what was it?
Randwick race 9, Tamerlane to place. I think it'll need a win, but it's for $2 odds. It's not the worst to go for a place.
Sweet. That's giving me $5.94, my friend.
I better think of my sure thing.
I'm slightly worried about Kovalika though.
Slightly worried. No,
Yep.
we're not even going to believe you worry, mate. That's the one.
So I think I got 0 from 2 from my Thursday night picks last week, and 2 from 4 on my Saturday picks.
Beautiful.
So now we're into we're up to what are we $59.50. So we went from so we're up $9.50.
Good old Pies getting us over the line last week.
I was looking today. I was like, do we up it and maybe put a 3-leg multi on and try and get the bet return on it, or do we just stick with the one game?
I think we stick with what we're doing.
All right.
Putting it out in chat on who we should put on the wheel and go from there.
I do think, though, we have another sliver on there that says all of them. and if it hits that, we downgrade the bet, but we throw the massive multi on.
As in on every game.
No, so see how the wheels segregated between those two and us 3 picks? We put another sliver that says multi.
Oh, yeah, like we did last
Everyone
week.
on the wheel, yeah, everything on the wheel gets put in it there.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
We'll
all right.
downgrade. We'll only do 10 if that's the thing.
So those in chat who have a sure thing, give us your thoughts. We'll put it on the wheel. Just it's basically whatever team you think is a sure thing to win this weekend. And
I'll go mine first. She's Port Adelaide. Throw Port on there.
That's exactly what I was about to ask you, Moisty, so I love it. Eggy?
I'm just having a look. I do want to just look at the odds because I know there's a couple of $1.05 odds, and I want to make sure I don't want to pick them.
Collingwood and Essendon are the $2.5s.
I've got mine. Do you know what? They're going to let me down again, but I'm going to go Carlton. Because if I'm going down, we're all going down.
Now, that being said, the dollar. Do you want to take the $1.85 or the $1.90 at 1.5? So they've got to win by 2.
Nah, $1.84.
But there's a difference. You get an extra 6 cents if they don't win by 1 point. They're not gonna win by 1 point.
No, but so
sure?
they can win by between 2 and 100. Is that what you're talking about?
Tell that to
Between
Richmond.
2 and as much as you want, over 2 points. So
Yeah, all right, do it.
2's a win, and then plus, but you get an extra 6 cents.
Do it. Let's go.
So what's the line?
In
Minus
chat.
1.5.
1.5, yeah.
Arty, are you being serious? Do you actually think Hawks will be St Kilda? Because I know that you like to shit stir.
It's already on there. He's already.
Yeah, he's already.
Oh, that's right. We got Frunster George has also said Carlton.
I'm going.
And we've got. Sorry, Eggy, you go.
I'm going Melbourne. Melbourne Demons.
Melbourne.
Demons.
Oh, let's get a spinneroo and
hang on. We've also got Turtle Carlton 1-39.
Well, he already had his pick for Suns plus 15.
Oh, he did too. Good call. Thank you. See, this is why you're the note taker.
Well, I hope this multi comes up because what do we got? We've got St Kilda there, Carlton there.
Where's St Kilda?
So we had Gold Coast there.
No, we had Hawks, not St Kilda. Hawks.
Oh, did it? Wasn't St Kilda. It was Hawks. No. Oh, we had Hawks. Yeah.
Hawks.
And then Melbourne. So
Hawks are paying $4.30.
Yeah, I'm just getting the multi up now. So if this multi comes up, I can power play it to 62.24.
Jesus.
That's our return, or that's what
the
return.
It's paying? Yeah. No. Oh
that's
no, that's what it's paying. So we'll put 10 on that.
Can I add another one? Multi without Hawks?
No. I think. Do you know
the
what?
way the Hawks played, though, you don't
know. You just don't know.
That's true. You don't know.
We got 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's rock it.
Spinner away. What's the 2 minutes for?
Till 9:40. 10 minutes over the show. We'll get cut off by channel.
Cut off by what?
We'll get cut off by the big rigs.
Who's the big rig?
I don't know. I'm just making it.
I'm
trying to make it sound important. Like we're on a TV station. They cut you off if you run over.
Have you seen the outcome yet?
Oh
no.
Carlton need Tassie's pick.
My pick. Oof. That's 2 weekends in a row.
All right. So what were we having on that, boys? I will do it now.
What's the kitty?
Go 29.50.
29.50.
And we'll know early on the weekend. We'll know Friday night whether you're going to speak to me for the weekend or not.
Or we just get drunk and go, fuck it, let's put the rest on something. Hawthorn.
29.50. Now, I know we talk about not doing this, but are we going to? Last time we didn't do this, it was a mistake. Having 10 on Eggy's little $2 pop up tonight, or are we just leaving it for the footy?
No, I'm happy to.
Yeah,
I'm happy to.
All right, let's do it.
And just for shits and giggles, right? What's the kitty at? $19.
It'll be at $20.
$30 at $20 left.
$20. Why don't we put $1 on the multi for every team that we had on that wheel?
All right. I'll get there in a minute.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe put $9 on the.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
so
so
we have
where
like
are
a nice even round 20.
Same go multi. We go. That one's top 2, top 4, top 4. Add to bet slips. It's $2.10. Power play
Hopefully
for
everyone-
2.16.
Hopefully everyone tunes in next week to see what the result is.
Yeah, and gamble
9 on that.
responsibly.
Yes, we do not.
Pounds.
You win some, you lose more.
Love it. Is that copyrighted? Because we're in trouble.
I don't know. Everyone's been saying it.
Yeah, everyone says it at the moment, don't they?
It's facts. It is 100% facts.
AFL. All right. So we've got Carlton, $1.90, Hawthorn. You know what? I'm not going to put any of the margins. Oh no, Gold Coast. They wanted +11, didn't they?
Plus 15. Yep.
Well, I've got +11 here already set for the $1.90, so we'll take +11.5.
Oh, they're going to lose by 15, 14.
No, we'll give them 11.5. You're right. Melbourne's in there. Port Adelaide, and that was it. Well, we have 5 on there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Melbourne Demons.
I've got that. So we've got Hawthorn, Melbourne, Gold Coast, and Port Adelaide.
Oh, yep. I'm counting the multi. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, fuck! I just crossed out Carlton. Let's get.
And what did you say that was paying? 64.
So that we just use. We can get a bet return on that though.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
know.
it.
Yeah, get the dollar back.
All right. So we're having $1 on that. It's paying 38. How did that drop $6? Oh, because I didn't take. Yeah, gotcha. All right, so we'll get 38 back if that gets up.
That's pretty good for $1.
Yeah.
Or a bonus $1 if we get 3. All right, so that race is in 40 minutes. If you guys want to hang around, we're probably not. I'll probably be gone by then. But
Yep.
Yep, I'll be gone by.
I'll be gone.
just waiting on Tassie to have a
Is
farewell
that it?
speech here.
Is that it for
mate.
everyone? That's it?
That's it for everyone, I believe.
Beautiful. Thanks, boys, for jumping on another week.
Nah,
Love-
thanks for getting me pumped about footy again, mate.
Love chatting footy, especially when you're in a good mood about it, Todd.
Yes, it doesn't happen. Well, it happens normally all the time. I can normally take North Melbourne getting a punt, which that didn't bother me. It was the Clarko thing.
That's true. That's true. Thank you to everyone, the quiz contestants. Thank you to everyone for
Arty,
watching.
Superstar Arty, just decimating Turtle.
Yes. Big shout out to Taz Speech watching. 01 Ella, OAXA, AOX.
See you later there,
Alistra,
George.
another TT viewer, Commander Root, Draps, Lisa, Kanar, Lurks.
Oh my
Myth,
God, just
Run,
quit it. Quit it.
Run St. George,
Um,
Section,
And
Turtle,
George
and
has
William.
just said, see you later, guys. So thanks.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Georgie just said, see you later. Thanks, George, for tuning in.
Just remember, and first time chatter, just remember 8:30 p.m. Wednesday nights. Tell your family, tell your friends. We'd love everyone to jump
He's
on.
in
And
Queensland, mate, so it's probably only 7:30 up there at the moment.
no, it's not.
Are they normal time?
Same time.
If you
Yep.
missed the show, you can rewatch it on YouTube.
Or listen to it on Spotify.
That you can.
All right, thanks.
Podcasts
guys.
in the car.
Let's hope we
Whoop,
have
whoop.
an explosive round of footy. Just
Let's
stealing
do
Tassie's
it.
line.
Beautiful.
Up the
Peace.
multi. Let's go, boys.
Let's go. Thanks,
And
boys.
girls.
And girls. Did you just read the list? Are we out?